What's going on, guys? I hope you can hear me. Hope the audio is good. I think it's good. Looks like it's good. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in as well, like the replay gang. So today is March the 8th, 2026. It's International Women's Day. Shout out to the women, especially the mulattas. And so for today or this evening, right now, briefly, I'm going to cover another mulatto crime report. Now, I know this is not the most positive kind of content that I can share with you guys, but nevertheless, it's necessary. You need a media outlet. You need people who are reporting news that's you know that has you in mind, that's pertinent to you. Because everybody else, as you can see out here, all the tribes you have out here, they have news that caters to them and their liking. But for the mulattoes, you look around, you scratch your head, you're like, well, where the hell do you fit in? Yeah, yeah. You need mulatto media. You need a mulatto tribe. You need people out here, personalities, whether you like them or not. You need individuals who are speaking on your behalf and sharing stories that involves important related material. And I'm doing the best I can with what I have, and that's basically my job here, to do the best I can with what I have. So I'm going to share with you guys some recent news from a few months back, actually. This the crime report. The two ladies you see on the thumbnail. We're going to cover a little bit about that, and yeah, continue to move along, basically. So let me add this to the screen right here. Here we go. Cool. You guys can see this. All right. And this is based out in Lafayette, Louisiana. I believe both of the stories I'm going to cover right now are based out there in Lafayette, Louisiana. As we know, in Louisiana, the boot, there's a lot of mixed race history, a lot of mulatto history, a lot of Creole history. A lot of it gets, I mean, not even a lot, most of it gets buried underneath blackness. And look at the residual effects of that today. You have mixed women who are being abused and taken advantage of. And we know the men as well, that happens to them. But the guys who kind of have some sense, they get the hell away. They get out of the environment. They realize that the environment doesn't cater to them, so they get the hell away and they look for other opportunities. But there's a lot of women who are kind of stuck in Louisiana, you know. Like I said, the history in Louisiana, like there's so much mulatto history there, even from mulattoes who were basically kind of transplants, mulattoes in Haiti who fled Haiti, who went to Louisiana, New Orleans, like there's so much history there in that specific state as far as mulattoes are concerned, but over the past 100 plus years, a lot of it is being buried and blackwashed and kind of rewritten to fit other people's agendas. I think it's on our job, it's on us, those of us who are serious and dedicated within like the mulatto media, these mixed race discussions, to kind of talk about this, point this out. Like I said, shout out to the elder here, telling Stewart mulatto preservation, and even her title, her name, I believe she has a LLC, mulatto preservation. She brought to my attention, you have this mulatto bend community out there, mulatto bayou, you got a mulatto bend cemetery, and I had no idea there was a history of a mulatto community, mulatto society there, until this lady that I met in these online spaces brought it to my attention. It's just amazing. So much you learn, being involved in these discussions. People share with you, they dig up research, they do their due diligence. And I'm just here as just a voice to kind of, to spread awareness, but also pass on information to others to help them, to empower them, So basically, and with this is the crime report. I believe this is essential for us to keep tabs, to spread awareness, and to remember the life of people as well. And it's important. And when we document this, we'll establish a catalog. We'll see kind of a track record essentially of how these crimes are being committed, which specific demographic in our community are these crimes being committed against. Start to kind of it'll start to trigger the alarm. People will start to wake up and see a correlation like, oh shit, is there really a benefit in identifying with people who will turn on you and destroy you? Is there a benefit? So we got to ask these questions because clearly we understand. You look at my social media project. Most of these mulattoes just they think they're black. They got a white mama, whatever. They got a white daddy. They think they're black. And I've been doing the best I can the past few years educating folks, but it's definitely an uphill battle. Whether it's here on YouTube or the TikTok space or regardless, it's just you come across these characters. They have their little FBA flag, and they're mulatto. They're whiter than fucking Casper, and they still think they're black. It's very intriguing to see these individuals, but how they were raised, etc. My job here, like I said, with this kind of broadcast and reporting the news, etc., is how specific events they affect us particularly. Okay. Other demographics, sure, they can talk about how these things affect them, but for us, we have our own media now. And I don't care if you don't like me or not. Tough. Deal with it. You're not going to get rid of me. I'm going to be up here blabbing my mouth. There's a lot of people say, well, I don't like you. Let's, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. You got me. So now what's up? And I'm talking about what I feel like is necessary to talk about. So let me get right into it. Again, this happened out in Lafayette, Louisiana.
We begin today in Lafayette, where police say 2 men have been arrested in connection to the death of 18-year-old Gabriella Sharp. This comes after police say Sharp was found dead at a local convenience store on Friday.
News 10's Kai Price joins us live from where authorities located Sharp unresponsive. He joins us with the latest. Kai?
Hey, Trevor and Lydia. I'm here near Racetrack where authorities tell me they found Sharp unresponsive on Friday. Now, Lafayette police tells me 18-year-old Caden Richard and 19-year-old Jaquan Pierre were charged with sexual battery and video voyeurism in connection.
Okay, that right there. Sexual battery and video voyeurism. That right there. Key detail. Because there's going to be a correlation with all these crime reports I'm doing. I just created a playlist, which indicates I'm going to be talking about a lot of this a lot more as these news stories pop up across my desk, or if you guys share it with me, you guys have my email, and I'm going to be talking more about this. All right. And so we're basically going to build a catalog in a correlation with all these events and see what is the key thing here. Taking advantage of mulattoes, mulattas.
To Sharp's death.
At this point, there is no reason to believe that they had anything to do with her death.
These arrests come after Lafayette police say they were called to a local convenience store on Friday.
Convenience store. I just wanted to point out, it's funny because like the dreadlock thing. Dreadlocks on chicks is cool. It's definitely it's cool. I don't know, but I think someone else, I don't want to mention, like they pointed out, like with the dreadlocks and with the dudes, it's just kind of sus. He's sus. Yeah, I don't know. I know I'll probably get hate for that, which I get hate for everything, right? As a mulatto man, just existing, people are gonna hate you, so you got to get over it. And even a lot of your ops, your quote unquote ops, are gonna be other mulattoes, right? Biracial baby mamas and other mulattoes who think they're black. They're mad. They see a guy like me clocking their shit, pointing out, you're not black, homie. You got a white parent. You can think you're down and all that shit. That's cool, but we'll be here to laugh at you, point the finger, and remind your ass, you're not black. You got a white parent. Right? You're different. Okay, hate on me all you want. This is not going to dissipate. It's only going to grow. Yeah, but someone mentioned about the whole dread thing. Yeah, that's kind of suspect, man. You see the dreads, like, I don't know. You want to invite them over for dinner? You tell me.
About reports of Sharp being unresponsive. Officers and paramedics attempted life-saving measures.
And then she doesn't have dreads though. Wow, shocker. Her hair is straight. She got the good hair. She's light skinned too, right? Interesting. She doesn't have dreads, but the two dudes who took advantage of her, they got dreads. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Okay. Gabriella Sharp. Here are two men arrested in connection to the death of Gabriella Sharp. Tragic. And this happened a few months ago, right? Community mourns Lafayette teen. This lady, a woman, girl, was a teen as police make arrest in ongoing case.
But were unsuccessful. Some comments on her death include Gabriella's mother saying, quote, "My gorgeous girl, I can't put rest in peace. I don't know what to do or to say. I love you forever and will miss you till I'm with you." Another comment says, quote, "Our deepest condolences to the family and friends of AHS student Gabriella Sharp. Rest in peace." Corporal Ashley Wood with Lafayette Police says Gabriella was downtown with friends when she met the suspects Richard and Pierre and went back to their residence.
She was downtown with friends and went back with the dreaded Pookies to their residence. I don't know to do what. But trying to be down, trying to be black, trying to act black, it's costing some of these folks their life. That's the sad part about it. The crazy part about it when you analyze all this stuff. You look in the mirror, you look at yourself, you know you're not the same as them, but why do you pretend to be? That's my whole thing here. Why do you people still pretend to be and act like you're the same as them, but you want to be down with them? You're hanging out with your friends, and you see them. Oh, let's get some brownie points and some clout. Like, what do you get from it? What kind of meal ticket? Like, what access do you obtain from this? I just don't see any positive or benefits. But again, this is a young person, I think basically a senior in high school, if I'm not mistaken. It's probably her prom photo. You see right here. It's crazy. And then she was out with friends, and then she saw the dreaded guys. They got the status in the community. She's like, oh, let me hang out with them. I'll be cooler amongst the dreaded Pookies in the community. And she got done dirty. Who else is going to talk about this? All you biracials with your white mama. Are the white folks going to talk about this? All you biracials who think that the mestizos are your BFF, are they talking about it? Are the Mexicans, mestizos, are they talking about it? Right? Who's talking about this? Who else is talking about this? I don't like you, Mulatto Vanguard. Good. Stay fucking hating. You're my biggest fans. My biggest fans are my biggest haters. That's the hilarious part about doing this shit. The people who hate me the most, they listen to me the most. Like they're listening to everything, recording everything. Make sure I slip up so they can use it against me, whatever. My whole point here is, who else is talking about this? What happened unjustly to this lady here, right? So all you capers want to cape for these other communities, but yet they never like honor your existence. I find that to be interesting.
While at the residence with her friend and the boys, she experienced some kind of medical issue, which led her friend to call her mother. It's likely that they believe that she just had too much to drink.
Wood says this is when her friends and the suspects met her mother at the racetrack, where Sharp was unresponsive.
Look at these guys. And just like, it's hilarious, man. If I see these characters anywhere, I just go the other direction, go the other way. Gonna be begging you for money. Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Hey, let me try to sell you some scam. It's they can only trick, the naive, mixed people who still think they're black. I mean, those are the only people. Like anybody else out here who has some dignity, integrity, and like knowledge of self, looks at these people and just laughs. Like, you gotta pay to even be around me, boy. I don't deal with you creatures like that. It's hilarious. It's a people, there's you still got people out here who are so desperate just to belong, kind of to be accepted or belong, they'll give themselves up, you know? And I'm not saying the young lady, rest in peace of her. I'm not saying exactly for her that was the case. She got taken advantage of, you know. It's unfortunate. That's why I'm reporting it. I'm just saying broadly for like mixed people who will look at these characters and still think that they have their best interest. And you have a lot of interlopers within the mulatto spaces who will cape for the guy on the left and say, well, he's light skinned. You have that. You have with the Bantu community, there's a lot of colorists. So you'll have their ops, their light skinned ops that will come in and try to commingle into the mulatto community. And they'll be like, well, wait a second. He's an MLS man. He's a light skin. I don't give a fuck what his skin is. Okay. I don't care. He identifies, he talks like them, he acts just like them. That's his Bantu buddy. Guilty by association, period. So I just find it hilarious with this discussion. I'm a mulatto, man. It's been very clear from the beginning what this is. This whole MLS shit, I'm not doing it with you guys. The golden MLS, see, that's so the Bantus can have their light-skinned interlopers to sabotage our spaces. And because they'll cape for this dude here, they'll sit there and say, oh, he's brown skin. He's not really black. I don't give a fuck what the fuck he is. He's got dreadlocks. He acts like a Bantu. He's taking advantage of mixed women. Like, why do we even associate with these people? It's a culture problem. They have a savage culture that thinks they can prey upon lighter skin and mixed people. Nobody else is going to address this. Nobody else wants to address this. They all want to dance around the issue and make all these excuses. I'm not having it. Pure mulatto autonomy is what I'm pushing for. And all these other like interlopers and saboteurs who run around here, we just take notes of you, but we just navigate and move around you. You're not even a part of our discussion. For a guy like me, especially a guy like me, I make sure I curate and gatekeep. I don't want you creatures around me. Go do your weak stuff, complaining about the light-skinned women. Do that somewhere else. You guys never address the real issue. The Bantu here with this little light skin, brown skin, whatever buddy here, doing mixed people dirty. You never want to talk about that. Never do. Yeah.
Police say a video circulating on social media led to charges of video voyeurism and sexual battery against the suspects.
We are still waiting on the full tox report, but everything that we're seeing, there was nothing in her autopsy that showed a homicide occurred.
Now, Richard and Pierre surrendered to Lafayette Parish authorities on Tuesday, but were both released on a $15,000 bond. The incident is still under investigation.
Still under investigation. And that was a couple months ago. That was in November. So 3 months ago. Okay. So ongoing story. Gabriella Sharp. Ongoing story out there in Lafayette, Louisiana. Yeah, and we're going to continue to report on this and observe any new details. So I got another story as well, and this is actually out there the same way out there. Out in that same spot. Let's check this out. Appreciate you guys being here with me this late evening. I'm not going to take up all your time at all. Just want to cover this and then keep it pushing. So we got right here, man pleads guilty to deleting of Ella Goodie, and he will get life in prison. And it's funny, look at, I mean, it's funny, I'm saying it's funny, cliche, hilarious, satire. Like, look at his t-shirt. The dark-skinned Bantu has a t-shirt that says Black King. That's his like booking photo, I'm guessing. Dark-skinned Bantu has a, but he has a Black King t-shirt. But look at who his victim is. a lighter skinned mixed woman who's not dark skinned. Do you guys see the reoccurring theme? Right? They've already wreaked havoc in their own community. So now they want to go to other communities. And a lot of you mixed people, whatever, who want to be down with them. I mean, for some of you, it works out. I get it. You find your home there, whatever, Section 8, WIC, SNAP benefits, struggling baby mama. I get it, for some of you people. But for those of you who had dignity, class, and self-respect, you're a biracial, you have a white parent, and your white parent is in your life. Why do you entertain these people? They need you more than you need them. Why do you still feel like you owe them something when they owe you? You helped them get out of slavery. You helped them with their civil rights. You helped them all along the way. You're still helping them today, 2026. Like, it needs to be, you need to re-alter your the situation, renegotiate. They need to be helping you. They don't want to do that, though. They're going to team up with mestizos and Mexicans to attack you, the mulatto man. They're going to team up with Anglos in the workplace, Anglo males, white boys, to attack you, the mulatto man. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how are you, as a mixed guy, a biracial guy, feeling sorry for these people when they team up with your opposition to attack you? I find it hilarious. I think what it is with me, I got to figure out a way to kind of articulate this in a more favorable manner to kind of encourage these males to take more kind of proactive, take more action. I think what I tend to do is I tend to piss a lot of people off, which, is, I guess for me, it's good. It's funny. As long as I can get monetized for it, whatever. But I think I need to kind of motivate folks more for the seriousness of the situation, because there's too many Bantu butt kissers out here, that are mulatto. And it's very concerning. It's like, well, you don't see what time it is. You don't, like, all these news stories, because this is just recently. Let me see, what was this, like around the same time, 3 months ago? 3 months ago, this story came out. Okay. But guess what, guys? In 1 month from now, another story is going to occur of a Bantu attacking a mixed woman. So I can report on this all the time, which I'm going to do my best to do that. But at the same time, it's like, what are we learning from it? Like, when you have mixed guys who still want to act like this black Kang you see on the screen, that's the biggest issue here. Let's be clear. The biggest issue you have here is you got mixed guys who complain because the mixed woman doesn't like mixed men, complaining like incel bitches because these women don't want to fuck with you. But these same guys who complain about mixed women, they act just like the dark-skinned Bantu. That's the hilarious part about it. They can't even formulate their own identity that's unique and distinctive to them. Whether they want to call themselves mixed or MLS or golden or Creole, whatever moniker or term they want to call themselves, they can't even develop an identity that's independent to them. When people see me, they hear me, they look at all the social media posts and shit, they know this is mulatto shit. The branding has been effective. They already know what's up with me. And other people who kind of support the whole, situation, like, they already know what's up with me. I have no issue with that. But some of you other characters with this whole light skin, MLS, and golden shit, you guys act just like the fucking Bantu. The Bantu attacks the mixed woman. You guys never make videos talking about this. You never do live streams. But what you guys do is you complain because these mixed women don't want to mess with you. It's like, why would they mess with you? You guys act just like the fucking Bantu. I mean, to me, it's hilarious. I'm a biracial. I got a white parent, a black parent. To me, I just sit there and laugh. It's hilarious. I'm not tripping. I can go anywhere. I'll go to Europe. I'll go to Africa. I'll go to Brazil, the Caribbean, my country here, United States. I'll go anywhere. I don't give a fuck. This is my country. But I sit here and laugh. Like, it's very obvious what's going on. But just too many people that they want to complain about the female. But I'm like, but you're acting like the dudes you supposedly don't like, but you act just like them. Don't you see the solution is right in front of you? Maybe stop acting like a little hood booger fucking thug. Maybe you'll solve most of your issues. Stop complaining about these chicks and what they're doing. Focus on your own shit. But then again, I think there's kind of a class distinction here because I'm primarily my voice. I'm speaking mulattoes, biracial men and women, biracial women as well, but biracial people, right? Black and white. Because in this conversation, this whole MLS and golden and light skin shit, regardless, I can make this content, but everyone's like, the people tune in, the public, everyone tunes in, right? And that's the thing there is because you have people who are quote unquote light skin or MGM, whatever. They look in the mirror, they still think they're black. You know, that's not my problem. I don't, that's just how they're raised. They think they're black, you know, and they talk like they're black. And it's like, how are you going to like reprogram that? You know, how long is it going to take? They've already made all the fuck ups, kind of like they have their bastard kids. They grew up in the hood, and like their value system is the same as Bantu. So it's like, how are you gonna like change that with a couple of YouTube videos? Like they have to change their environment. They have to move somewhere else. It's gonna take work. Pack your shit up, move somewhere else, re-educate yourself, take some college classes, learn to be a decent, civilized human being in this country, America. I guess I don't know. It's too much to ask for, or maybe I'm just being rude. Maybe I'm just one of the problematic white mom biracials. That's cool. I'll take that, which is perfectly fine because you know what? Navigating these conversations, seeing all the white mom biracials I see all over the blogosphere, you know, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all this, I'm like, damn, we're actually pretty damn good looking. Like we're doing pretty good. There's a lot of us out here. We're basically most of the people out here. This mixed discussion, whatever. And it's like, we're doing pretty good. I have no issue just doing, I don't know. I just find it funny because there's guys who complain about these chicks, but then they act just like the guy here with the black Kang t-shirt. They never want to call out the Kang because they're competing with him, trying to act just like him, like from the fucking hood. Nobody else in civilized society cares about that. About your little hood swag. Keep that shit with the hood boogers and the savages. I'm telling you, like the mulatto men who have some dignity and integrity, we do not care.
Finally know what happened to missing Lafayette woman Ella Goodie. This after suspect Brandon Francisco pled guilty to federal charges. Francisco has also agreed to spend the rest of his life in prison. And
he pled guilty and agreed to spend the rest of his life in prison. So for him, it was worth it. See, they'll risk and give their life away. This black Kang here with a t-shirt, they'll give it all away for some light-skinned woman. Can't make it up. Can't. And then I see these guys who call themselves golden and they call themselves light-skinned. They act just like this guy. Yeah, and that's the embarrassing part about it. That's why, like, this distinction, you're a mulatto, you're a biracial man, you better be on your fucking shit and make that distinction. You're going to hurt feelings. You're going to splinter as far as like your whatever, your quote unquote audience or whatever. Well, I jumped out the gate straight up, was just I'm biracial. Out the gate 3 years ago. I can't control this. A public platform. Everyone tunes in. Like for sure, I'm sympathetic. I think there's overlap. I think Renata Mulatta, she, expressed it perfectly. As far as the overlap we see within the black community, the colorism, aspect with this light skin stuff, but make no mistake about it. Like, there's a difference. There's a difference here. And I know people they'll claim it to be divisive, but these same people, they don't want to divide from Bantus. You notice how they always kowtow and cape for Bantus. They act just like them. But when the biracial person with the white mama comes up in here, is like, hey, look, wait a second. We can't endorse this savagery. We got to kind of delineate from this savagery because it's they're harming the women. They're harming women, and none of these guys say a fucking word about it. They don't say anything. Nope. They want to complain because the mixed woman doesn't like light-skinned men. I mean, you guys act just like the Bantu. What do you expect? Please tell me. I want to know.
Return. The government has agreed not to seek the death penalty. I combed through the federal documents recounting Ella's last movements and moments alive with Francisco.
We don't have a body. We don't have anything.
After 3 years and 9 months, Ella's family have some answers. Brandon Francisco.
3 years and 9 months. right? Crazy.
Cisco detailing to federal agents what happened on March 9th, 2022.
Okay, 2022, there you go, 3 years ago. Or maybe 4 years ago now. Well, March 9th. Yeah, 4 years ago now. We're in 2026. Crazy. Again, they're up there in the Boot, Louisiana, right? The same area as prior with Gabriella Sharp. It's crazy. There's a lot of mixed people in Louisiana, but then again, most of them think they're black. The CDO father. Oh, you light skin. You a golden brother. You a Creole brother. Oh, but you still black. See, they're still playing that game, right? And they're scared of the word mulatto. They don't like the word mulatto because there's a delineation. You have the black there, but then you have the mulatto here. There's a delineation. They're scared of that. That's why they latch on to these other identities where they can be closer. They're more comfortable to their Bantu, associate. That's why they use terms like light skin and shit and golden and all that. They want to be closer to Bantus, right? That's the culture. The culture is the main component. And I'll say this, and I get it. There's people who've talked about how it doesn't matter about the census and doesn't matter about the data on the census and all this stuff. And they say the most important thing is culture. Both are true. Both are just as important. You need a government policy to back you up because culture is something that develops as time goes on every day. So both are true. Because some people, there was a fellow kind of I ran into, he was saying he doesn't give a damn what politician did he name? He named somebody. I know, Speaker of the House. I don't know, whatever. He was basically saying this guy, it doesn't matter what they say about my identity, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now, both are true at the same time. Government policy, action, and also at the same time, this cultural development, which we're developing every day. How you guys go about it, that's on you. I mean, my part, I can grow my vegetables, grow my boina mulatta peppers and all that, make a recipe, make a dish and present it. This is mulatto cuisine from scratch, whatever. Create some music, play little songs on my guitar. We can all, we're all doing that. We can all do that, and the art, etc. All of that's important. And and the issue you run into with these conversations is you have people who are mulatto, but they're heavily entrenched in the African American culture. Okay, I think that's the number one thing that's going to get in your way. And even these people, like I said, who are light skin or MGM, whatever the hell they are, and they still act just like the people that they critique, which I find hilarious when I analyze this material. They think they're cool. They want to talk about the Bantu and all this stuff, but it's like, well, you act just like them, like everything. You want to flex just like them, everything, the smoking, the gear, and all that shit. It's like it's the same. The hairdo, it's the same shit. It's all just Bantu coded. It's kind of hilarious. But then again, the biracials are kind of getting this shit cracking and popping, aren't they? This whole conversation.
That morning, he was supposed to appear in court in Rapides Parish for an attempted murder charge. He feared his bond would be revoked and he'd be put back in jail. So he fled. The plan, get to St. Joseph, Missouri, where he had friends. Francisco says he'd known Goodie, a former Uber and Lyft driver, because she drove him before.
A friend, a former Lyft driver. Damn, crazy. Yeah, Lafayette, Louisiana. That spot right there, man. I don't know. They went up to Missouri. I don't know. But like I said, the story I covered earlier, several minutes ago, with Gabriella Sharp. Now you got this lady here, Goodie. It's like out there in Louisiana. It's like, damn, there's a lot of, that's the reason why I'm saying that, because there's several content creators, people who created videos, men and women who are from that area, that space in Louisiana. There's a lot of you guys, right? Navigate these spaces, wherever you are. And I'm a West Coast dude. I'm a California dude. But I know in this discussion, I'm not going to name names, but there's plenty of you guys who are either Creo or Golden or MGM or Mulatto, whatever you are. There's a lot of you guys, okay, men and women, who are in these conversations. You know me. You're going to probably listen, tune in, whatever. You know me. You know this channel. You know what we do here, this Mulatto Vanguard situation. And it's like, but there's just a lot of mixed people, man. A lot of Mulatto history, a lot of Creole history out there in Louisiana. But it's like, there's so many of you guys. You still like serve dark-skinned people. You identify with them. You have their kids. It's very interesting. It's like, don't like, and then you have stories like this is what happens to you. Do you see in the reverse? Are there stories in the reverse where it's a mixed, a mulatto, a light skin, or a Creole person that does a dark skin dirty? Where are these stories at? I just do not see these stories. I'm just sharing with you guys recent news. This was 3 months ago, this update. And the other story I just shared, Gabriella Sharp, it's like in the same area, Louisiana, light-skinned women, mixed women getting done dirty by dark skins. Where are the videos and evidence? Because they say you're privileged, you're light skinned or privileged. Where are the videos of light-skinned people doing dark skins dirty? You're outnumbered in their community. You're a mixed person. You're outnumbered amongst them. They're a majority when you navigate in their spaces. What's hard to understand about that? I just don't understand why you people think it's acceptable to be a subordinate to them, but then you come to biracials and act like I gotta like join forces with you or something like that. I find that to be very, very, very hilarious. Like, I already know what's going on. You serve the Bantu. That's the culture you adhere to. See, that's not my culture. That's the thing here. We go back to about developing culture. That's not my culture. I don't serve degeneracy and anti-light skin, anti-mixed hate. Unfortunately, you have too many mixed people, light skinned people, who serve a culture that's anti-mixed, anti-light skin. Too many of you. And you find that to be acceptable because you have to navigate in these spaces for a place amongst Black. I don't have that issue. I've traveled this whole country. I already know what it is. It's the same ghetto shit. You go to San Diego, you go to Baton Rouge, New Orleans, you go to Miami, you go to New York. It's the same ghetto shit. I'm not trying to be a part of that. That's not my destiny. And I'm a biracial man. You know what? I'm not alone out here. There's a lot of biracials who feel the same way. A lot of biracial men and biracial women who feel the same way. They don't want that destiny, being suckers underneath people who hate them. And they tune into my broadcast. They tune into my social media. So it's interesting.
Francisco asked Goodie to drive him there, but she said no because she had to be back home with her 2 children. They agreed on Houston, Texas. Francisco met Goodie in Lafayette in her black Audi in the very early morning. Francisco and Goodie check into a Houston hotel around 6:28 a.m. They check out a few hours later at 9:30 a.m. The two then head back towards Louisiana. Goodie stops in Lake Charles to meet a friend. Goodie's vehicle later flagged by Scott police in their investigation.
We know it's her vehicle. Due to the tinted windows, it's undetermined if she was driving or if anyone was with her at that time on March the 9th.
We know now that Goodie was with Francisco. After the stop in Lake Charles, Goodie and Francisco take off again on I-10.
It's crazy how, like, with the forensics and everything, like, they got all these details. Your road traveling, what roads you're on and where you stopped at, and they got all these details, right? Investigation, but just they have that technology. So the tracking is alarming.
Near Iowa, Goodie and Francisco's cell phone activity stops for 51 minutes. It's this area that investigators later search.
This area right here is about a 50 square mile area, and within that area, there are specific.
And they got the white man out there searching, helping you out, you know, helping you light skins out. But you light skins, you think you're dark skinned and you're trying to identify with them, be cool with their group. And you know what? It's a culture. It's a gap. It's a major gap. I get it, because they can barely speak the fucking English language. They sound like country bumpkins. They have a minimal lexicon. They cannot command the English language. I get it. They grew up in these like impoverished environments, thinking they're black and getting picked on by blacks because they're light skinned. They think it's normal. They think it's normal. To me, it's never been normal. And I grew up in a mostly white environment, and then a lot of Hispanics, Orange County, California. Um, so yeah, I've always like fought back and gotten fights, rebelled against the system, against the people, the authority, etc. Anglo, mestizo, Mexican, particularly. So I've always like fought back. That's part of my identity, right? Is to piss people off and fight back. But just as an adult, as I started to navigate some of the black spaces, I was surprised. Like, wait, you're getting uppity with me? Like, didn't we helped your ass get out of slavery? I'm surprised, like, you're getting uppity with me. But see, they're used to that. They're accustomed to it with these other folks who are from their community. They're used to kind of punking them, and that's the sad part. And I come around biracial dude. I'm like, you animals are lucky I'm even fucking dealing with you. Okay, I might pay to go watch you sing or dance or something for me, but like, don't get it fucking twisted. Don't overstep your boundaries with me, boy. Like, you can do that to these like little light skins or whatever over here. They talk and act and dress just like you, but with me, like, nah, it's not. I'm gonna hurt your fucking feelings. And those hood rats who cape for you, the feminists and all that shit, they're gonna get clowned right along with you. And I'm gonna enjoy doing it. I'll make content out of it. It's gonna be fun, right? So let me continue on with this. I paused here. I found it funny. Like the white boys, they're employing them. They're on the government dime. They got the government benefits. They're helping your light skin ass out, trying to look for you. They're doing the search and rescue, helping your light skin ass out. But you're talking shit about the white boy, and to be down with the dark skin. The dark skin did you dirty. The white boys are looking for your ass. Can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. You just can't. You have to sit back, analyze it, and kind of laugh and giggle because it's fucking hilarious how this all plays out.
Area, and within that area, there are specific areas they are targeting to try to locate evidence.
Francisco now telling federal investigators he took Goodie's vehicle through force. He took the firearm she kept in her vehicle for protection, shot her several times, disposed of her body, and fled in her car.
Damn. He took her vehicle, he took her gat, took her weapon, used it on her, disposed of her body, and fled. Wow. Supposedly her friend too, right? Light skin, mixed female, dark skin, Bantu male, Black King t-shirt. Wow. Recent news, guys, 3 months ago, Lafayette, Louisiana area. Wow. Wow. I'm going to stay employed doing this. You guys know that, right? Like, I just kind of started doing this like Mulatta crime report, and I realized like these stories are going to pop up more and more and more. The same consistent theme as well, dark-skinned Bantu attacking a mixed woman. Of course, all you Bantu buck kissers, they're not going to talk about this, right? Are they? They're not going to point out the correlation. And even you got these mulattas who are sucking off, Anglos, and they're so happy to be fetishized by white boys. And when the white boy does them dirty, are they going to report that? Of course not. They're going to do a little gay, a little feminist fucking, posts and books. They're going to have their little book reviews and shit. But the men of means, the men with integrity balls, the mixed men, the biracial men, you got a guy like me, a quote unquote supposedly degenerate or promoting degeneracy, whatever. But it's funny, where are your other biracial guys? Where are their mulatto men who are talking about this? These crimes against women, where are they at? Where's their channels at? Where's their social media? Where's their Instagram? It's funny. Where are these dudes at? These dudes who care so much about mulattas, like, where's their social media at? I'm waiting to see where it's at, But yeah, this is a common occurrence, a common theme you see right here with this dynamic here. Light-skinned mixed female trying to be down with dark-skinned Bantu males, and then this happens. It's like, okay, what I'm saying is I'm going to basically be stayed employed talking about this because these stories are going to continue, unfortunately. It's going to continue. I'm telling you right now. That's why I put what, part 2 or number 2, the title here, Mulatta Crime Report number 2. I already know in my heart, I know that I'm going to be up here again a month from now, 2 months from now, doing another one of these on another case. I already know this is what's going to happen. And it has to do with the culture. They want to fit in, they want acceptance, and unfortunately, in some of these cases, it kind of causes them their life, very unfortunately.
After killing Ella, Francisco spent the night in Bedford, Texas. The next morning, he arrives at a friend's home in Missouri. 15 days later, he's arrested. Francisco has Goodie's firearm and key fob. He also admits to giving a false statement, blaming another man for killing Ella Goodie. 6 days later, Goodie's vehicle is found in Missouri, hidden at a home. The front passenger floorboard covered in blood. 2 bullet holes pierced the vehicle.
I mean, a vehicle is just an object, just a thing, but we'd rather find a person wherever she's at.
3 months after Goodie disappeared, investigators say this.
That's what I mean. Look at the image here in the video. Like, you have white boys doing the search and rescue. A lot of white men are involved in volunteerism. I know, because I was part of a project in the CERT team back in Anaheim, where I'm from. And there were no blacks there. There was one older black lady there, I think because her husband was like a cop or something. But it's like everyone's white, like the volunteerism, like the people who are involved in that type of philanthropy or just volunteering their time with the CERT, which is Community Emergency Response Team. It's like FEMA kind of adjacent, responding to emergencies. We'll do triage type of situation. Natural disasters, we'll hand out food, we'll relocate personnel to a safe location. There's so much that goes involved in it. And I briefly like volunteered and, dedicated my time. And I go to these meetings. You have like monthly meetings of this, and everyone's white. Everyone's white, no blacks there. No, they're too busy chasing light-skinned women, hating on light-skinned men. And then you got the pussy, weak, fucking punk, light-skinned bitches who want to act just like the dark-skinned Bantu. And then they want to come to me and be like, hey, you're a golden brother. You're not. We're not golden brothers, homie. You act just like Bantus. Please stay the fuck over there away from me. I'm going to be the mean guy to tell you that. The other pussy-ass, weak mulattoes, they'll pretend like you're just like them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hurt your fucking feelings. And hate on me all you want. It's all good, homie. We already know what community you represent. You ain't a part of this shit. You want to crowbar and wiggle your way up in here and act like you're the same. You're not the same. You represent the Bantus. That's it. You want to cry about the white boy and call the white boy the devil and all this fake religious fucking bullshit. But yet, look who's out here search and rescue. It's all white guys trying to help your light-skinned ass, trying to find your light-skinned ass. Because a dark skin did you dirty, dumped your body somewhere in a lake. And now you got white boys out here trying to find you. But they spread all this this religious fucking bullshit, pro dark skin Bantu, and that's the crazy part. They but yet it's always the white boy who's out there, boots on the ground, that's going to be looking for you to try to help you and protect you. I'm telling you, as a member of a CERT team, FEMA adjacent, it's all white personnel. The firefighters, the local police department, it's always white males who are involved in these endeavors, in this kind of civil, emergency apparatus. You have no dark-skinned Bantus in sight. They're too busy chasing light-skinned women, trying to punk the light-skinned males, and they've been successful. I mean, light-skinned males, they act just like them. I don't know what else you want me to say. They've been kind of successful in that. Now, light-skinned males, they want to jump up here and cry about light-skinned women. I always find that hilarious. They want to complain because light-skinned women don't want to mess with them. But it's because you act just like a dark-skinned bro. You haven't figured that shit out yet. Maybe you got to kind of alter some shit and fix some shit up, bro.
They are transitioning this actual missing person case to a homicide investigation.
Francisco initially pled not guilty.
Look at that t-shirt. And of course, the white boys are going to bring him in.
to the federal
Throw him throw him in a cage where he belongs. Look at that t-shirt. Look at that t-shirt. For all you look at it. He has Black King t-shirt. Can't make this shit up. This is y'all's kings. Y'all want to act just like them, dance around just like them, be cool with them. I'm just surprised you come to Mulattoville, this mulatto discussion. You know we're gonna hurt your fucking feelings. You can say all the shit you want about confuse or identity or the white mom. You get all that stuff has been played out by Bantus. Okay, you can make all the arguments you want. We're still gonna let you know you're a subordinate underneath this Kang here who does the ladies in your group dirty, right? And you got a biracial guy like me jumping up here talking about this. All your golden and light skin channels, are they talking about this shit? Where are they at? Where are they at? They're so pro light skin. They're so pro golden. All this golden bitch shit. I see all this golden stuff. Man, that shit should have been done with like a couple years ago. I don't know why people are trying to revive that. This golden shit. All that is Bantu butt kisser bullshit. That's their light-skinned subordinates who serve dark-skinned Bantus. It's the same culture. They never want to hold this Bantu accountable. They're going to blame, if it's a male and he calls himself golden, you know for a damn fact he's going to complain about these light-skinned women who don't want to fuck with him because he's a loser, he's a punk. You know for a fact he's going to complain about these chicks. Yeah, see, that's that black shit, always complaining about what the females are doing. He's never going to hold this male accountable. Look at him. He's got a Black King t-shirt, but he assaults light-skinned mixed women, steals their car, drives to another state, doing Bantu shit. Nah, they're never going to talk about this and hold this fool accountable. Oh, no. They're going to talk about the mixed chick doesn't want to mess with me. They only want to mess with the dark skins, blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of all of you motherfuckers, to be honest with you, man. Anytime I see that shit, I see a stupid comment. I can only control what's on my channel, right? But if I see a little pussy, weak comment from you dudes who complain about these mixed women and who they're fucking and who they're dating, like I'm going to, number one, I'll make content out of you. I got some videos I'm going to post on my Patreon. And other than that, like I'll just basically just clown you fucking fools. I'm tired of you guys. I'm tired of you coming to my channel thinking it's a safe space for you to complain about the women and who you're dating. I'm sick of you people. You guys never have the energy or smoke for the dark-skinned Bantu male. Never do. You never cry. You shouldn't cry, but you never critique these males and what they're doing. You only want to cry and complain because the mixed chick. I don't know why you guys come over to my channel. There's too many of you guys, man. And I hate to publicly say this. Like I see the comments that are, there's a lot and you're all throughout the country. I'm talking about United States. So all you mixed dudes in like England or whatever, DR and all that, you guys are cool. I'm not talking about you. It's these mixed dudes in the US who complain about these mixed chicks. And I got comments from dudes from all over, from Florida to California to you name it. And they want to come. I'm like, why do you guys feel like it's okay to come over to my channel with this bitch shit when you need to be focused on yourself? It's funny because these are the same dudes who will see a guy like me traveling and then they'll turn around and go rogue and complain because I'm traveling, or they'll try to make it seem like that I'm unethical or I'm doing something. These are the same jealous dudes, the same shit. But yet in the US, they complain about these women. They complain, and but they never have any live streams honoring the women or talking about how this circumstance happened, because you mix, you light-skinned people, you think you're black. You're comfortable with these people. These people turn on your ass. They've proven throughout history. I have my biracial wake-up call. Drake had his, the biggest one possible. They tell you every day you're not the same as them, but you pussy, weak, mixed, light-skinned marks continue to think that you are a dark-skinned Bantu. I cannot help stupid. I don't know. There's no nice way I can say it. If you guys still think you're a part of their group, have fun. But why the fuck you over here in Mulattoville? I'm going to hurt your feelings. I can't grasp it. If you haven't figured out these are not the same people, they're not your tribe, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, you guys want me to be like nice or soft about it or something. I don't know what to tell you.
Charge against him of committing a carjacking.
It's a Black King there. Look at that t-shirt. Black King, yet the white boy's got to throw his ass in the cage where he belongs, natural habitat.
Resulting in death. But just recently, on October 29th, 2025, Francisco changed that plea to guilty. He agreed to spend the rest of his life in prison. The federal court documents, however, make no mention of Goodie's body. Goodie's cousin, Jessica.
Every day we lived with this, and we continue to so we can get Lala back where we want her.
The U.S. Attorney General and a federal judge must now accept Francisco's plea. His sentencing is set for January 27th, 2026. It's important to
So his court appearance happened less than 2 months ago.
note Francisco was facing charges in Rapides Parish before Ella Goodie's death for attempted murder. Francisco.
So he was already had charges for attempted murder. Now he's receiving charges for deleting this woman here. It's you guys want to be down so bad it costs you your life. It's very tragic.
Will no longer face those state charges or spend the rest of his days in Angola. He'll be remanded to a
Oh, Angola. Oh, Angola. Interesting. There's another character I know that's from Angola. You put here facts. These light-skinned Black dudes accept their subordinate position on dark-skinned men, accept their women to view them as leaders. I only use light-skin because, yeah, that's the best part about it. Shout out to you, light-skin history, man. I really love your content, man. I appreciate your content and your insight and your articulation. Your articulation is spot on. You're able to articulate and see things. I mean, because you're from that community, you see things like differently. For me, I'm an outsider. Like, I'm not from the Bantu community. My family, I would attend, family events and go to church, etc., barbecues, whatever, with family. But you have more time and experience within those spaces and communities, so your articulation's on point. But yeah, we got it. And all this crap about talking crap about the women. You guys got to get over it. I'm saying you guys because I don't complain. The biracial baby mama, I just joke and laugh because what man that's got money in his fucking pocket and has some sense is going to deal with the baby mama? Like, I already know for me, like the mulatto men, the biracial men that I've kind of, I guess attracted to the spaces that follow me or mutuals, whatever, they don't fucking deal with loser biracial bitches. So for me, like, I just clown like the biracial baby mama. It's obvious they kind of fucked up. They made a mistake. They realize biracials have a space now, but they can't kind of reverse their fuck up being anchored in the Blackness. So they kind of have to deal with that shame and guilt. Like, and I'm going to clown them forever because it's hilarious. And not only that, like, it's needed for them to realize that this is this behavior of wanting to suck off dark skins to be a part of their community. It's pathetic, and it's like they have nothing to show for it, right? But yeah, for you, yeah, you say these light-skinned dudes, they accept being subordinates, Yeah. Not all of them are like that. You have dudes who I respect and appreciate, like Patrick on this platform, YouTube. I think, yeah, both of his parents are mixed, whatever. He's light skinned, he falls in that category. And he calls them out every day, every chance, calls them xenomorphs. Calls them xenomorphs. And yeah, Patrick is one of the only real ones out here, bro. Where's the other dudes? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can vouch for Patrick. I respect Patrick. I like his delivery. He's very blunt and he lets it be known. Look at these Bantus, but most of your personalities, like when they use the whole golden and this light skin shit, it's some fucking bitch shit. They serve dark skinned Bantus, and they never have videos where they cover these type of news stories. They never do. They have nothing to say about this. They only want to complain about the light skinned women, the mixed women, because they don't want light skinned men. The real question should be, why are light skinned men such fucking bitches to dark skinned dudes? You're afraid they're going to call you colorist and racist? What else do they have after that? They're calling you gay. They're calling you a PDF. They're calling you unethical. They're calling you everything else in the book that's wrong, that's negative, that's nasty. They're doing everything they can to smear you and destroy your reputation. Like, what else can they call you? You're afraid that they're going to call you a racist, so you want to dance on eggshells, and like that's weak bitch shit. They're going to call you everything in the book to destroy your reputation, as they are doing. But why you still continue to accept that? That's the questionable thing for a guy like me. You put facts, light-skinned black guys literally accept a supporting position on dark-skinned men, yet expect the women to respect them as leaders and alphas. It will never happen. The light-skinned women, there's a bunch of them that I'm mutuals with. I follow them, they follow me. They like light-skinned guys. There's a bunch of these mixed women I've been following for a couple years. They're posting all these pictures like light-skinned love. They got light-skinned boyfriends and shit. They're dealing with you guys. They deal with you. But some of these light-skinned guys, they act just like blacks. These women, they dump them, and now she's with like a Mexican guy. Like, there's a bunch of these chicks I follow. That's how it is. They have options. They're beautiful women. So I don't understand, like, these guys come in this conversation acting about like loyalty, but they have nothing else to offer. Like, it's always going to be men who are going to be more race loyal than women. Women are going to go where the best options are at. And a lot of light-skinned guys, they don't produce any real options. Let's be honest. They act like black. They overcompensate to fit in with black. And and they put themselves in a subordinate position voluntarily, as you put here. Like, they literally accept a subordinate position underneath dark-skinned men. Complete bitch move. I would never, like, how can you expect the women to respect you? And I think the issue is with the conversation, this golden and MLS shit, people talking about dating and all this stuff. Turn off fucking YouTube and go to your local spot and talk to people. All right. I was at my job the other day. There's a mixed chick. Whenever there's a mixed woman, I'm in the presence. Like, of course, if she's attractive and I like her, whatever, I'm going to go talk to her. I find it hilarious, this conversation, how these guys want to position that to be the number one pressing thing is we got to date each other. Mixed men and mixed women date each other. But like, the guys who say this, you have to notice something. They all act just like dark-skinned Bantus. I'm not going to name names, but every single one of these guys who jump on YouTube and talk about the mixed people got to date other mixed people, they act just like black. I don't understand, like, their priorities are not right. And shout out to you, Val. As always, appreciate you. I know light-skinned women, she's actually somewhat of a colorist and prefers that she's light-skinned, yet she defends dark skins as a whole. I think they do this because they aren't invited in. Other light-skinned blacks are outnumbered by dark-skinned blacks, and most are unwilling to start their own separate community. They're not willing to start their own separate community. That's a key thing. And that's why they latch on to what biracials are doing. I've been publicly clear for the past 3+ years that I'm biracial. I'm mulatto. Like, I'm speaking for biracials. And at best, like I say, at the MGM, if you have two like biracial parents, and yeah, it's like the same shit. As far as I'm concerned, you're mulatto. Like, I've been very clear about my position here, but I think it's some of these other folks, they try to latch on to this shit. Like, holding on to the ankles of biracials and ride our coattails and like join what we're doing over here. And it's like, they gotta, if they think they're black, they need to just create their own like kind of distinct like light-skinned black thing or golden thing, or I don't know. My whole thing is at least report the news when your women are being abused, because you guys complain about these women so much because they're dealing with dark-skinned guys and blah blah blah, this weak bitch shit. At least report the news when the women are done dirty and unjustly. At least honor the women of your group, because you don't want a biracial guy like me with my white mama jumping up here, embarrassing your ass. It's very pathetic. It's very sad and pathetic. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Okay. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.